Have you ever seen a butterfly and instantly felt, that can't be real? Because today we're going to show you butterflies that look like nature was showing off on purpose. A butterfly pattern looks like someone designed it for a collector's book. One looks like a secret agent. A butterfly looks like it's wearing a black suit stitched with electric green lightning. Another looks like it stepped out of a museum painting and forgot to go back. One carries a weird mark that looks like a punctuation sign, like it's trying to leave you a message. And yes, we have a giant in this list, a butterfly about the size of a pizza. Another looks like nature secretly stamped numbers on its wings, like a hidden code. These are butterflies that look like they were designed by an artist who never repeats a pattern. There's one butterfly in this list that doesn't just look beautiful, it looks like it's watching you. Welcome back to Forever Green. Let's dive in. 20. Island Marble Butterfly. This butterfly has a soft marble look, white with darker patterns, and it's rare enough that every sighting feels special. Its wingspan is about 1.8 inches, so it's not huge, but it's bright and easy to notice when it's flying. The big story here is how limited it is. It's tied to specific habitat and host plants, so its whole life depends on the right place surviving. It's linked closely to the San Juan Islands area in Washington state, with the historical story also tied to nearby coastal island habitats. The adult butterfly stage is extremely short, around 6 to 9 days, so the butterfly you see is only the final flash. Most of its life is spent waiting as a chrysalis, and at least one documented individual stayed as a chrysalis for 334 days. That means it can feel gone for almost a year, then return like a seasonal surprise. 19. The tailed jay butterfly. This butterfly looks like black velvet with bright green spots splashed across it, and it moves fast. A solid wingspan range used in butterfly displays is around 3.2 to 3.9 inches, which makes it a true large swallowtail style butterfly. When it's flying through a garden, it doesn't blend in. It slices through the air like a green-spotted signal flare. You can find it across South and Southeast Asia, from India and Sri Lanka through Myanmar and Thailand into Malaysia and Indonesia. Often in forests, gardens, and warm green landscapes with host trees nearby. It is active, it's restless, and loves sun. Adult lifespan is still a short adult window, usually weeks, and for swallowtails, the common adult survival is around 20 to 30 days in normal conditions. That's why a tailed jay feels like a live-action scene. 18. Peacock Butterfly. Peacock butterfly is the camera boss of Europe because it looks calm until it decides to flex. The upper wings are rusty red with 4 big blue-black eye spots that can shock predators in one instant. And the same eye spot design is widely studied as an anti-predator trick. Its wingspan is usually around 45 to 56 millimeters, which is medium-sized, but the pattern makes it feel larger in the frame. You find it across most of Europe and temperate Asia, reaching as far east as Japan, in gardens, parks, meadows, and woodland edges, basically anywhere with sun patches and nectar. Adults often overwinter as adults in buildings, tree holes, or sheltered places, so the full life cycle can stretch close to a year. Even though the butterfly looks fresh when it reappears early in spring. If you love this kind of content, subscribe and stay with us. 17. Queen Alexandra's birdwing. Queen Alexandra's birdwing is not a big butterfly, it's a flying billboard. The female is the giant. Her wingspan can slightly exceed 25 centimeters with a body length around 8 centimeters and mass up to 12 grams. To picture that size, her open wings can be wider than an A4 sheet is across, that's 21 centimeters, and closer to the span of a large dinner plate or small pizza. The male is smaller, often around 16 centimeters, sometimes up to 20 centimeters, but he's the flashy one, glowing blue-green like polished metal when he banks in the light. You only find this legend in Oro Providence, eastern Papua New Guinea and lowland rainforest, such a tight range that every sighting feels like winning. The early stages can take 5 to 7 months, then adults can live a long time for a butterfly, males up to 3 months and females for up to 6 months in the wild. 16. Ulysses butterfly. This one is famous for that electric blue that pops like neon when it moves. A commonly shared wingspan figure is around 5.5 inches, which is massive for a butterfly and makes it look unreal in wide shots. When it flaps, it's like blue light switching on and off because the color flashes differently depending on the angle. You find it in tropical North Queensland in Australia, and also in nearby regions like Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and the Solomon Islands. It loves rainforest edges, humid forest paths, and even suburban gardens near rainforest where flowers and shade exist. Adult lifespan is usually around 3 to 4 weeks, which is long enough to patrol territories and show off that blue flash, but still short enough that every 2 weeks counts. Another fun filming detail is that males are strongly attracted to the color blue, so bright blue objects can pull them in close for shots. 15. Raja Brooke's birdwing. Raja Brooke's birdwing looks like it's wearing a black suit stitched with electric green lightning, plus a bright red head that makes it feel royal, even from far away. Its wingspan is about 15 to 17 centimeters, or 5.9 to 6.7 inches, basically the length of a typical smartphone. So when it glides past in the jungle, it doesn't feel like an insect, it feels like a flying emblem. You find it in the rainforest of the Thai Malay Peninsula, Borneo, Sumatra, and nearby islands, usually along humid forest edges and shady stream paths where it can move fast, then suddenly float. In Malaysia, it's famous enough to be the national butterfly. Males can gather in big puddling crowds at mineral-rich wet spots. One monitored site recorded well over 300 at peak times. 14. Question mark butterfly. This butterfly has a warm orange and brown look, but the real signature is the tiny marking underneath that looks like a punctuation symbol. Its wingspan commonly sits around 2.3 to 3 inches, so it's big enough to show detail clearly and close up. It's also known for being a strong survivor type. It doesn't act fragile, it acts like it owns the place. You find it across eastern North America, from southern Canada through most of eastern United States. It loves woodland edges, parks, river corridors, and places with sap, rotting fruit, or old trees. Lifespan is one of the coolest facts. Many adults only last weeks, but the fall generation can overwinter as adults, hiding through winter and showing up again in early spring. 13. Green dragontail butterfly. This one looks like it was built for speed and style. Narrow wings and long tail shapes that really do feel dragon-like. Its wingspan is reported at about 1.6 to 2.2 inches, but the body design makes it look even more dramatic than the numbers suggest. In motion, it doesn't fly like a gentle flower visitor. It darts like a tiny fighter jet. It lives across parts of South and Southeast Asia, including Northeast India, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, southern China, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. It's often seen near streams and wet forest paths where it zips through sunlit gaps. Adult lifespan for swallowtails is usually measured in weeks, and a typical survival for Papilodonii adults is often around 20 to 30 days. With shorter lives when predators and weather hit hard. So this dragon is fast because life is fast. 12. Snout butterflies. Snout butterflies are the stealth ninjas of the butterfly world, named for the long forward-pointing labial palps that make the head look like it has a beak. When they rest, they clamp their wings shut and hang like a dead leaf, and the snout can even pass as the leaf's little stem. The best known is the American snout, medium-sized at about 3.5 to 5 centimeters across. Found from the southern U.S. through Mexico and into Central and South America, with occasional eruptions much farther north. Up close, it's molted brown and orange and white, plus squared-off four-winged tips. Some years they move in massive waves after rains, with reports of countless millions and Texas swarms that feel like a living cloud. In the normal summer scene, adults often live around 2 weeks, just long enough to fuel the next surge. Blue admiral.
This butterfly looks like it's wearing a dark coat with sharp blue highlights, and it flies with confidence. A good wingspan range recorded for it is about 2.4 to 2.6 inches, which makes it very noticeable when it cruises around paths and forest edges. It's also the kind of butterfly that becomes more visible when the weather warms up, because it loves active, sunny movement zones. It is mainly an Asian butterfly, found across parts of the Himalaya region through China and Southeast Asia, living in forested hills, valleys, and woodland edges where it can feed and rest. Adult lifespan for many nymphalid butterflies is not long, and a practical average used in research discussions is often around 2 to 3 weeks for adults. If you could see only one in real life, which one would you pick? 10. Luzon Peacock Swallowtail. This one is pure royalty. The colors and pattern look like someone designed it for a collector's book. Instead of a full wingspan figure, a solid reported measurement is a forewing length about 2.2 inches, which tells you it's a fairly large swallowtail overall. It's also extremely restricted in where it lives, which makes it feel even more legendary when people talk about it. This butterfly is endemic to Luzon in the Philippines, living high in the mountains, usually above about 1,500 meters in the northern region. That high, cool habitat is part of the reason it feels rare, because it is not hanging around city gardens. For lifespan, swallowtails can last longer than many butterflies, but a realistic adult survival for papilionity is often around 20 to 30 days, with rare cases longer when conditions are perfect. 9. 88 butterflies. The 88 pattern underneath is the whole magic. It looks like nature printed numbers on wings just to mess with us. A commonly reported size for this group is around about 1.5 inches, so it's small. But the underside design is so iconic that people remember it forever. In your video, this is a perfect pause and zoom moment because viewers love spotting the number. These butterflies live in the Americas, especially in tropical parts of Central and South America, and a few species reach into southern North America, including parts of Florida. They prefer warm forest edges, humid trails, and places where they can land and show the underside pattern clearly. Adult lifespan for these small brushfoot butterflies is usually short, often a few weeks, which matches the general reality that most adult butterflies only get 2 to 4 weeks. That short timer is why the 88 feels like a secret you have to catch quickly. 8. Glasswing butterfly. This is one of the most insane designs nature ever approved. Wings that look like clear glass. In exhibit references, its wingspan is commonly 1.5 to 2.0 inches. The wild part is that the transparency isn't missing wings. It's real wing structure built for stealth. So it can fly through bright forests without screaming color predators. It lives mostly in tropical rainforest zones from Central America into South America, with sightings pushing north into Mexico and even Texas. You usually find it in humid forest edges and shaded trails where the light makes the invisible wings look even more unreal. Adult lifespan is often around 4 weeks in typical wild conditions. That is why a clean glasswing shot feels rare. It is like filming a living ghost with a deadline. 7. Deadleaf butterfly. Deadleaf butterfly is the ultimate now you see it, now you don't performer. With wings closed, it becomes a perfect dry leaf, complete with a midrib-like line and fake mold speckles, so predators scan right past it. Then it opens up and flips the mood. Blue-violet wings with a bold orange band make it look like a totally different insect. Adults are fairly large, about 3.3 to 4.3 inches across, and you'll find them from India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh through Myanmar into parts of Southeast Asia, southern China, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Taiwan, usually in forest edges and shady trails. Instead of being a flower addict, it's often drawn to rotting fruit and tree sap, so fallen fruit can be your best bait shot. Adult lifespan is short, One detailed life history study recorded about 9 to 12 days, so the reveal moment is a tight window. It even has wet season and dry season forms, changing its colors and size with the weather. 6. The Scarce swallowtail. This one looks like a painting that escaped a museum. Long wings, pale base color, and elegant black striping. The wingspan usually lands around about 2.6 to 3.1 inches, so it's big enough to look dramatic in flight. When it glides past, it doesn't look like a small insect. It looks like a small bird-shaped artwork. You mostly find it across parts of Europe and Western Asia, and it can reach into North Africa and the Middle East depending on region. It likes warm, sunny slopes, orchards, open woodland, and places with blackthorn and fruit trees where caterpillars can feed. Adult lifespan varies by climate, but it is considered a longer-lived swallowtail compared to many butterflies. And its adult stage is still usually measured in weeks, not months. 5. Zebra longwing. This one is built like a stylish racer. Long wings, high contrast stripes, and a slow, floating flight that looks amazing in video. The wingspan is usually about 2.8 to 4 inches, so it can look surprisingly large in close shots. It's also famous for being tough and long-living for a butterfly, which is why it feels like it's always around when you're filming flowers. You will find it across Florida and the southern United States, and it extends through Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean, and into parts of South America. It loves warm, humid places with passion flower vines, because that is where the caterpillars grow. Adult lifespan is the flex here. Because it feeds on pollen as well as nectar, it can survive for several months, which is far beyond the usual 2 to 4 weeks that most adult butterflies get. 4. Monarch butterfly. The classic king for a reason. Bold orange, black veins, and a flight style that looks confident and calm. Its wingspan is commonly around about 3.7 to 4.1 inches, making it one of the easiest big butterflies to film clearly. And the numbers behind it are crazy too, because monarchs are famous for migrations that are huge compared to their body size, turning a single butterfly into a long-distance traveler story. You find monarchs across much of North America and also in many other regions where they have populations and seasonal movement. They need milkweed for the caterpillars, so that plant controls where the next generation can be born. Lifespan is the twist that makes monarchs legendary. Spring and summer adults often live around 2 to 5 weeks. 3. Owl butterflies. Owl butterflies look like forest magic. The underside of the wings carries huge owl-eye spots, so when they snap open, a bird suddenly feels watched. They're found in rainforests and secondary forests from Mexico through Central America into much of South America, often patrolling shaded trails and plantation edges. Many are crepuscular, flying mainly at dawn and dusk, which makes them feel mysterious on video. They're also big. Many adults measure about 12 to 15 centimeters across, and some species reach about 17 centimeters. Adults usually live only a few weeks, but in managed butterfly houses, individuals have survived far longer, around 100 days. Instead of relying on flowers, they often drink juice from fermenting fruit like banana, mango, and pineapple, plus tree sap. Their caterpillars chew banana and heliconia leaves, growing thick and spiky before pupating quietly. Palos Verdes blue butterfly. This one is small, rare, and carries a heavy story because it's tied to a very specific place and habitat. Its wingspan is about 1 inch, so it's tiny, but that's what makes it shocking when you realize how much conservation attention can go into saving something that fits on a coin. It's proof that beautiful isn't always loud. Sometimes it's fragile and almost hidden. It lives in a tiny slice of coastal bluff habitat on the Palos Verdes Peninsula in Southern California. The comeback story is real. It was believed extinct, then rediscovered in 1994, which turned it into one of the most famous back-from-the-dead butterflies in conservation. Adult life is brutally short. Reports commonly describe adults living only about 5 to 9 days. 1. Emerald swallowtail. Emerald swallowtail looks like it was painted with liquid neon, but the emerald you see isn't normal pigment. It's structural color, meaning the wing scales bend light to throw blue and yellow reflections that your eyes read as green, and it can shift tone as the angle changes. It's a medium-large swallowtail with a wingspan around 8 to 10 centimeters, so it fills the frame beautifully in flight. In the wild, it's a Southeast Asian forest butterfly, recorded from Myanmar, Burma, through peninsular Malaysia, Sumatra, Borneo, parts of Indonesia, and the Philippines. Mainly in primary forests and older forest edges where it flies fast and shy, and then suddenly glides like a tiny green aircraft. The caterpillars feed on plants in the rue/citrus family, which ties its life to real forest vegetation. That's it for today. See you in the next one.